No, not Mistress M. Sorry to disappoint the growing legion of Mistress M fans. Due to a whole range of unforeseen circumstances, no new Mistress M video this week, although we will be doing some for next week. But hey, I don't come to you empty-handed, and I'm keeping up the alliteration as well. Been shooting the slap with my friend Matt, and so instead of Mistress M, today allow me to bring on board Mr. M.
Bet you weren't expecting this.
Yes, slight change of pace, but I thought Matt was well suited, preparing as he is his comedy show for this year's Melbourne International Comedy Festival, mere weeks away in April. And Matt, your show is?
My show is entitled Advice You Shouldn't Need. Clearly this is a segment that dishes out advice that people are actually needing. I'll decide whether you should or not.
Yeah, see,
as we launch in.
I bring in experts and advice you shouldn't need but probably do. Now, the one, we get a lot of questions and Mistress M is working on some, but one, I wanted your insight on, Matt. I did have someone ask me, what do you think of the idea of being told you should save it until you're married?
As an unmarried man in his mid to late 30s, I think my stance on this should be fairly obvious. You'll notice I don't have the hair patch carved out here that would suggest I'm a monk. So clearly, to put it crudely, I like to get my end away now and again. And so if I had waited until I'm married, I would clearly still be waiting and would have incredibly calloused hands at this point. I'm thinking back to a particular time when I was a mobile DJ for a few years to get me through uni. And a friend of mine booked me to DJ her friend's wedding. And they were a very Catholic young couple. They were both, for starters, getting married in their early 20s, when I'm kind of not sure you know quite enough about yourself, let alone another person, to go, you, me, eternity, let's go. But this particular couple, the night was due to end at midnight. But you could tell that the couple were going, hey, we're allowed to now, perhaps we should. And so at 9:45, there's a little ritual in a lot of the wedding receptions I've DJ'd called the farewell circle. These usually take forever as the bride and groom thank everyone for coming along individually, going around every guest in the wedding. This was the fastest farewell circle I have seen in my life. Thanks for coming good, yeah, thanks for coming good, yeah, thanks for coming good, yeah, how's you doing, thanks for good. And they were a blur as they headed for the door. Their night would have been, I imagine, relatively brief, and I think there might have been at least one apology involved as proceedings went on. Because the thing is, sex is something you get good at as you do it more. And frankly, when it comes to marrying someone before you know if the two of you are sexually compatible, that is a minefield. There is the chance of hooking up with a dud shag, and if you're one of these religious types, you've hooked up with that person for 50, 60 years.
Yeah, and I mean, not to say that your life partner is necessarily a second-hand car that you're kicking the tyres and giving a test run, but yeah.
Oh, I think absolutely.
Oh, okay, I stand corrected.
No, too right. You want to know what you're getting in for, as long as you are fully prepared to go through the same process yourself. You don't go kicking anyone's tyres if you're not prepared to have your own kicked now and again.
Okay, turnabout's fair play. I guess
right.
Even-handedness is what it's all about. I mean,
absolutely. And the thing is, it's the main buzzword I have for any sort of relationship and sexual life, whether you want to keep those two in the same bracket or whatever, mutuality. All right, whatever works for you and the person you're hoping to work it with is fine. If you've got someone who makes your heart go a flutter and they want to wait and you're fine with that, you're not hurting anyone else. I wouldn't advise it, but you're not hurting anyone else.
You know what you made me think of? I saw an American stand-up do a line where he's saying he thinks Islamic suicide bombers have been sold a dud because they are without a doubt sexually repressed virgins, most of them, and they're sold the dream of the, was it 13 or 30
or 70 or a few dozen anyway.
Several, a whole bunch of virgins in heaven, and as the comedian said, you can only sell that as a good thing to another virgin. I mean, he said, give me one dirty girl from Vegas, then I'm in heaven.
Yeah, the idea of being hooked up with a sea full of sexual incompetence for that long. unless you're very patient and good at teaching, I suggest no. Go with the knowledge over the wide eyes and innocence under those circumstances. I don't know where they're trolling these virgins from, to be honest. I think you're likely to end up with a whole lot of 8-year-olds at this point.
Oh, do I? Okay. And
at this point, you wait until they're proper.
Yes, yes. Before we go down a really bad path.
Too late.
Too late. We're skipping merrily down a path of wrongness. Continuing the wrongness in the comedy festival.
I don't skip.
All right.
Merrily or otherwise.
I'm skipping. Matt's looking on disapprovingly.
Striding purposefully, I think. Anyway.
So, if you want more advice from Matt and you're lucky enough to be in Melbourne for the comedy festival, we'll post a link in the usual place to both Matt's personal page and the comedy festival page giving you the info. This is of course going to be a response to the slap video as well, as we normally do. And I am hoping, I hope you're free. I know you're getting on another plane to go on another of your cruises sometime soon. But hoping to get you in again before the comedy festival to give folks a bit of a teaser maybe. So stay tuned for that.
Be back for at least one more slap video before the festival kicks off on Wednesday, March 24.
Yeah, yeah. And I know Mistress M, aka Emma Zarksa, also has a show. I'll be leading you in with another one called Code Grey, Mr. Adrian Collier's show. And probably a couple of others too. It's going to be a very busy comedy festival. Hell, hey, maybe you're watching and you've got a show in the comedy festival and you want me to give you a plug. I'm like that. I'm a whore. I'll do that.
Fits in nicely with the topic, I would suggest.
Exactly.
If you're going to blow yourself up, hope you end up with Andrew. He'll see you right.
And I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.